What's up YouTube, Jordan here, back with another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle for you guys. This one is against my good friend FM Radio, as his in-game name is, but he is the Ranting Crobat on YouTube, so be sure to check him out if you have not. Alright, so this guys was an intense battle, very close, and I really do hope you enjoy. I decided to lead off with my shiny Azumarill. I really haven't been enjoying leading off with him. I do have a choice band on him, so I go ahead and use Aqua Jet. I love priority attacks, as you guys know. Obviously that would have knocked him out, but holds on the sturdy and then does Stealth Rock to me, which would prove to be kind of a pain in the ass later in the game. So I use another Aqua Jet and out goes Golem. But as far as my opponent's concerned, Golem did his job, or her job. I didn't see the gender of Golem. So out comes a Trevenant, and I'm like, damn, there's no way my Azumarill is going to be able to handle this, so I retreat. Out comes Talonflame, I get hit with the rocks. Opponent using Protect there. Now I'm using Brave Bird, and it's not going to do anything. So my opponent wises up, knows Protect's not working a second time, and retreats. And out comes the Rotom. And I wise up, I'm like, hey, hold on. My Talonflame knows Roost. I mean, I could kind of not negate the effects of Stealth Rock, but I could at least get my health back, you know. It sucks to have to waste a move using it, but hey, got my health back, so definitely can't complain. Here's my opponent using Volt Switch, and definitely was probably hoping to knock me out on that one. But it did not, luckily for me. I have 2 HP left, I survived the blow, and out comes Staraptor. So we got a bird battle here. Squawk squawk, and that's my bird noise. And then I'm using Brave Bird on the Staraptor. I was actually kind of hoping that would knock out, but it did not. And then I get knocked out from the recoil damage. Whirlwind, of course, does nothing. Out comes Aegislash, and the rocks really aren't doing much to me on that. My opponent, of course, is going to retreat because doesn't want to get knocked out by my Shadow Sneak, but I kind of had a feeling that they were going to retreat, so I'm like, screw this, time to use some Swords Dance. So I actually ended up using it 2 times, and at this point I'm like, nice, I think I could actually maybe sweep with this Aegislash. Boy was I wrong about that, but I was thinking at first maybe I'd be able to, just not really remembering what Pokemon my opponent had. So here comes the Shadow Sneak, and I am able to get out Rotom, knock out Rotom. That's a big knockout because Rotom, as we all know, could be a pain in the butt. Now out comes Kangaskhan, and instantly I knew what that meant. Here comes the Mega Kangaskhan, and here is where I'm going to start to have some trouble. Because as we all know, Mega Kangaskhan is really good. Banned by Smogon. I really don't see why it was banned, to be honest. You know, I haven't had so much trouble against it, to be honest. Obviously, it's pretty much always good for at least 1 knockout. And I guess, considering pretty much always good for like a knockout and a half, they always, they just think that's probably cheap. So I bring out Charizard knowing that the Earthquake is coming, and then I'm just like hoping I can get an attack off, but I know I'm probably not going to outspeed this thing. So I Mega Evolve and go to use an attack, and even if I were to outspeed it, yeah, it's just going to use Sucker Punch on me. So here it comes, the Sucker Punch, bam, that one hurts, and then I get hit twice by it and get knocked out. So absolutely no production out of my Mega Evolution this game, which really hurt me, and made the game a lot closer. But there's a few things on my opponent's end that made this game very close as well. So out comes Gliscor. I'm getting hit with a return, and I'm really glad to have survived that, because if it wasn't for this Toxic, there's no way I would have even stand any chance at all at winning. And I probably wouldn't have even been able to take down the Kangaskhan and all. I probably would have got swept the rest of the way. So luckily I got that Toxic off. That was definitely big. And now I'm using Protect to start to let that Toxic set in and start to accumulate some damage. Out comes the Poison Heal. I absolutely love Gliscor Poison Heal combination. I kind of want to test out like an all-healing team, like something with Black Sludge and maybe something with a Shell Bell, something with Leftovers. I think that would be an interesting strategy, and I'm still yet to try that. Anyway, out comes Aegislash again, getting hurt by stones again, but not a big deal, it doesn't do much. I still want the poison to set in, so I'm going to protect myself with King's Shield. Bye-bye Sunlight, not like I used it at all. And at that point, that poison's really setting in, so I'm happy about that, and my opponent's forced to retreat. Otherwise, Kangaskhan probably would have been out either that move or the next. So out comes Chansey, and I'm not really worried about Chansey because I still have my Azumarill with good old Choice Band. And since I retreated, I could use a new attack, and I'm using Superpower. I'm no dummy. Gonna use that fighting type move and knock out the Chansey. My attack and defense falls, but I don't really care. I'm just like, well, let's go. Got that Chansey knocked out. That was huge for me. Out comes this Trevenant, and I'm not down for this matchup ever, so this is the second time I got into this position where I'm retreating to get Aegislash in. And now, of course, my Swords Dance is negated because I withdrew. So obviously a Shadow Sneak's not going to knock out in one hit, but that's alright. I'm like, you know, this is still a way better matchup than Azumarill versus this guy, so... so he uses Leech Seed, and now I'm getting burned with Will-O-Wisp, so now I'm taking double damage every single turn. So I know I don't have a lot of time to work with here. So I go with one Swords Dance, and that's all I'm going to go with. I was going to try another one, but I was like, you know, I better just go with one. You know, hindsight is 20/20 looking back at this game. I probably could have done another one just because I don't think that Trevenant has any attacking moves. So I probably could have done one more and gone for the knockout, but, you know, it's not the way things worked out. And actually, it did have Horn Leech, so, you know what? Good move after all. I'm happy I only went with one Swords Dance. Because, as you can see here, this looks like I get knocked out, I believe. Yep, I get hit by the burn, and out goes Aegislash. So, you know, I got one hit off. Not too good, but, you know, it's whatever. And also, I probably should have gone with Greninja right off the bat to take this thing on. So, another little mistake on my part there. Probably could have made this game a little less close than it was. But, you know, there's always situations in games I've noticed where things can get pretty psychological, actually, and it'll come down to making a decision, and it'll either hurt you or help you. So out goes Trevenant with that Ice Beam, big knockout, because that thing was a pain in the butt. Gotta love Greninja. However, I know this thing's not going to survive a Brave Bird, so I'm like, screw that, I need my Greninja. And I do know Azumarill could take on a Brave Bird, so I throw him out there. And here comes the Brave Bird. I take that very well. Not very well, but pretty well. I actually thought I was going to take less than that. But down goes Staraptor. And for the second time in this battle, I barely survive an attack. And, you know, that really proves to be very, very helpful. Because now, here's an extra turn for this Kangaskhan to get hit by some toxic damage. Takes a little bit there. And now, out comes my Greninja. And at this point, if you guys have been counting, we're down to a 1 vs 1, Greninja versus Mega Kangaskhan. And I'm going to get hit by a Sucker Punch. I really thought I wasn't going to survive this either, but I do. So a third time in this battle, I barely survive. And now I'm using Grass Knot. I know this will knock out, and at this point I've secured the victory. And I actually get knocked out from the recoil damage, which is pretty crazy. So, although we both got knocked out, I still win, because I knocked out Kangaskhan first. Amazing battle. Thank you, Ranting Crobat. Really appreciate it. Check him out, guys. Jordan, out.